Hello there and welcome back to Painting with Martin. Today we are continuing our series of Talisman 4th edition, the board game, and showing you how to paint these miniatures. These miniatures may come from several different expansions, such as the Harbinger, as well as the Firelands, I believe it's called, as well. But some of them are also from the base game. So if you recognize that I make a mistake and I say, well, this one is from the base game or not, please let me know in the comments, because I'm not really sure which expansion they're from or which base game they're from. But here, anyways, we're looking at the Barbarian. The Barbarian is a very easy model to paint. If you're just starting out painting miniatures, this will more or less just require 3 to 4 colors. And we're going to start off by coloring his upper torso, his hands, shoulders. And if you look at from the card art, which unfortunately I don't have here to show you, he is pretty much bare-chested, so that means the entire upper torso body, including the face, will be in one single color. I've chosen to use a specific contrast color. I'm going to be using mostly contrast colors for this painting tutorial to make sure that it's actually speeding up, because contrast actually use a mix of regular paints as well as wash, kind of combined into one, making the speeding process and the time-consuming process, otherwise the painting sometimes can be, very much quicker. So this one is called Darkoath Flesh from Contrast Citadel, the Citadel contrast color range. Now, if you don't have contrast colors, no problem. I would recommend that you use, for example, Cadian Flesh Tone for this one, and then followed by a highlight of Kislev Flesh. Because it's a fairly light-skinned warrior we're looking at. So what we're looking at here, we're simply taking out a trusted brush. Here is a size 2 brush, and I'm always using synthetic brushes because I don't like harming the animals. And if you're using regular brushes, that's perfectly fine as well, whatever works for you. So here we're simply applying it here quite liberally across the entire upper body, making sure it really soaks into all the nooks and crannies of the entire miniature where we want the paint to go, of course. So here, up at torso, I'm here taking great care not to touch his beautiful black hair. But if you do touch the black hair, no problem. We can actually cover it over with some black afterwards as well. Here I'm also not touching his bracelets, but I'm moving over to the face here as well, here as such. This tutorial is aimed at a tabletop level, so it won't win you any prizes, but it will look good on the table when you're playing the game. And also, hopefully, you will have some fun learning how to paint this miniature. I'm holding a painting handle here. I've attached it here with some putty. And these painting handles is not something that is part of the board game. And instead, I've backed it on Kickstarter from a company called Red Grass Game. I have a tutorial and kind of a review of how I use these ones, and I really recommend that you get one if you have the resources to do so. So here it can be a little bit tricky to get in between all these places. Don't forget he also has hands that he's holding the sword with, and as such like this. I'm going to aim to have a most complete warrior here within like 10 to 15 minutes. And if it takes you a little bit longer, just take your time and enjoy the painting process and the miniature as it is. It can be very therapeutic to paint a miniature such as this. I hold regular painting workshops, and many people come to me and say like, well, this was actually much easier than I actually thought, and I never really thought I could paint, and I show them how to do it. So this is how it looks like. Upper torso is done. So since he is a fairly dark miniature, like in terms of like colors, I'm now going to move on and cover his hair. And for this hair, I've used contrast black Templar, but you can use pretty much any other black, even if it's gloss black or matte black, it doesn't really matter. So here I'm trying to not cover any of his any of the previously painted parts, such as the skin here. and then moving it back upwards here because the paint is fairly fluid. So in case you're wondering why I'm doing that, I don't want the paint to pool towards the skin, instead of pooling towards the upper part where I still haven't painted the miniature. I recommend you do the same as well. And if you realize there are some white spots from the white primer that I've used a regular white spray can primer for these ones. But if you want to, you can use any brush on primer as well. I recommend using white, because if you want to use contrast colors, you have to use a light color for this. If you're not using contrast colors at all and you're just using regular paints, then you can use any color pretty much you want. But then in that case, it would be nice to do black or gray. And also there's a very nice added benefit of using white here as well. That means if you forget a detail, you know exactly where it is. Now, if you're using black, then however, it's more forgiving because you can easily cover up those mistakes. Here I can even go over and go, just a second. Have to close the door there. Now, for this, the rest of it here, it looks kind of like this. Quite nice already, if I may say so. Now, I'm going to go over to his bracelets. For his bracelets, I'm using another contrast color called Snakebite Leather, but also from Citadel. But of course, you can use a color called XV88 from Citadel as well, using this one. Just paint it over like this. All the details come out quite beautifully. Turning it around. And if you don't have a painting handle like mine here, no problem. You can also just put it with some putty and attach it to a wine cork or an old paint bottle as well. Such as Citadel range is quite nice. They're really nice dual use for that. Now, his boots are fairly black or brown in this case, but I'm also taking the opportunity to touch up his boots with this part. The lower boots, that is, not the kind of fur or something like that around it or on top of it. Such as like this. Looking quite okay already. We're approaching something like 8 minutes already. And now you're probably wondering what to do with the rest of the feature here. Now, before I move on to the belt, it's important to note any kind of differences, any kind of like mistakes I made along the way. So I see up here there's a little bit of flesh missing, so I'm going to go over that very quickly with some Darkoath Flesh. He also has a dagger here as well. Now, I will go over the boots last. The reason for that is that I want to get some paint on the sword. And for the sword, I'm using a non-metallic contrast paint called Natural Steel from Vallejo. You can also use Lead Belcher from Citadel or any other metallic color that you like. In this case, I'm just attaching it here, putting it over on the sword here. And the entire sword. Don't forget the back. and the pommel as well. Don't forget the underside here as well, so the entire sword is covered in this paint. If you want a more darker look, you can go for German grey from Vallejo and put it on the sword first, and then attach or then paint the sword with the steel. It will give it more shadows. I've used it in a number of other videos as well, and it's really effective. Otherwise, it looks like this. But and turn it around like this, just for you to see the painting progress. Now, for the pants, I'm going to use a dark brown contrast color called Cygor Brown for this one. And with all contrast colors, you can dilute them with contrast medium, but I'm choosing not to do that in this case here. I'm also covering up the lighter formed up here, which we can touch up with some light highlights if you want to. But as I said, this is only for a very basic tutorial for this miniature. We're not going to go into many highlights or details here. It's just to make sure it looks good on the table. It's ready for the table. And that's it. I will show you some steps afterwards when this step is needed, and no, not when the step is finished, what you can do to highlight your miniature and put some nice details on top of it. I'm not too concerned about getting some paint on the lower boots here. Talisman is fairly an old board game. I believe the 4th edition is not the latest one. There's a 5th edition out right now. I just love the miniatures from the 4th edition so much, and it's actually turned out to be the very first actual board game I painted before I even had the channel, and where I taught myself how to paint. This was it, and this kind of started the painting process. And then I helped a friend of mine called Joseph. He runs a YouTube channel called Board Games Anonymous, one of the larger channels in Europe when it comes to board games and run-throughs and how to play videos. And I painted his Star Wars Imperial Assault completely, well, as much as he had in that case. And that also taught me how to paint. Looking back, my Talisman miniatures look fairly abysmal, if you may say so. I really don't like them. I even sold the game because I was so disappointed with myself. But right now I've come quite far along on the way, and I can say that I'm quite pleased with it. For the sword handle here, I've also going to use a little bit of metal here. Now, you're probably wondering, what can I do about highlights? Now, if you think this is too kind of like too silverish, you can put some null nile on top of this one and dull it further if you want to. If you want to, you can also put some studs on this part here using the same color, the same lead belcher or natural steel or whatever you used before, and that could also be working really well. And you can also use a lighter color for the belt up here as well, using preferably maybe XV88 or Mornfang Brown, maybe even Doombull Brown if you want a darker leather color. But otherwise, we are looking at a fairly ready miniature, and the only thing that's missing here is touching up the base. And I would recommend in this case to use a color called Agrellan Badlands. Agrellan Badland from Citadel texture series, or you can just cover it with any kind of like dark grey colour if you want to as well. Otherwise, we're looking at a ready miniature, more or less. We may have to touch up some facial details if you want to, but otherwise, thank you very much for watching, and if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please consider doing so. It really helps me with visibility as well as reaching out to more newer players and newer miniature painters, and anyone who wants to learn how to paint miniatures from the very beginning. Otherwise, thank you very much for watching, and thank you so much for the bottom of my heart to all those who have subscribed to my channel as well. I'll see you next time, and we'll be continuing our series of Talisman, the board game, 4th edition, of how to paint these miniatures. And have a wonderful day.